Hello again, grade 2 students. Today we will start reading a new text in your student book, page 58. Let's start looking at the picture and read the title. Tell me a story, Grandpa. According to the picture and the title, what do you think the text will be talking about? The text will be talking about a young boy asking his grandfather to tell him a story. What does the grandfather have? He has a photo album. How do the pictures in the photo album look? Do they seem old or new? And how did you know? They are old because they're not colored, they're black and white. Let's listen to the first reading to discover the story of Tell Me a Story, Grandpa.
Tell me a story, Grandpa.
Tell me a story, Grandpa.
Okay, says Grandpa. I'll tell you a story about my grandfather, Carlo. In 1910, Carlo was 10 years old. He and his family lived in Italy. They were very poor, so they came to the United States for a better life. This was the first time that Carlo traveled to a place far away.
Really? I'm 10 too,
Says Henry.
and Mom, Dad, and I visit a different country every summer.
Yes, Henry. Things are different now, says Grandpa.
Travel here.
Asks Henry. They traveled by ship, says Grandpa. It wasn't an easy trip because the ship was crowded and dirty. There wasn't much food and many people got sick. Carlo was sick too. They arrived at Ellis Island in New York after 10 days.
Wow, that's slow,
Says Henry.
Now it only takes about 9 hours in an airplane.
I know, says Grandpa. It's very different today.
And now we start our linear reading. Tell me a story, Grandpa. Okay, says Grandpa. I'll tell you a story about my grandfather Carlo. In 1910, Carlo was 10 years old. He and his family lived in Italy. Who will be the story about? The story will be about the grandfather of the grandpa. What is his name? His name is Carlo. How old was Carlo in 1910? He was 10 years old. Where did he live with his family back then? He and his family lived in Italy. They were very poor, so they came to the United States for a better life. This was the first time that Carlo traveled to a place far away. So why did Carlo and his family come to the United States? They were very poor, so they came to the United States for a better life. Did Carlo travel before? No, this was the first time that Carlo traveled to a place far away. As we can notice, all verbs used in these sentences are in the past tense. Was and where are the past tense forms of verb to be. Came is the past tense of verb to come, and traveled is the past tense of verb to travel. So as we learned before, we use past tense verbs to talk about things that happened in the past. Really? I'm 10 too, says Henry. And Mom, Dad, and I visit a different country every summer. Yes, Henry, things are different now, says Grandpa. How old is Henry? Henry is 10 years old. What does he do every summer? He visits a different country every summer with his mom and dad. We will continue reading part 2 the next time. Bye bye.